Yo yo yo, it's First here, looking like I have a main quest for you thanks to the sun. So we are gonna be starting off our daily Diablo Immortal videos for the last 2 weeks before release. If you wanna see the countdown, check out the video above. We are gonna be doing rundowns of the main and most important parts of the game. So hit subscribe, hit the bell button to get notified whenever the next video drops. Then strap yourself in as we are good to go. Okay guys, so video 2 out of 3 on factions. If you missed out the first one, you can check it out above. But as a quick recap, there are 3 factions, 2 of which who are battling it out in the cycle of Strife. One of them are the Immortals, and the other one are the Shadows, who we are going to be talking about today. And the third one are the Adventurers, who are kind of the outsiders of this battle. So as to go into the lore a little bit, it says that the Immortals were created by a master crafter, or her son rather. So basically she wanted to protect the sanctuary from the demonic invasion, so she created the eternal crown and gave it to her son Kian, who became the first immortal after creating or forming the Immortals. In order to defend this power from corruption, our master crafter Dailies, not sure how to pronounce that properly, also entrusted her daughter Akiba to constantly test the Immortals, so to make sure they are worthy and capable of defending the sanctuary. So Akiba formed the secret group, the Shadows. If the Shadows should ever prove stronger and more capable, they would overthrow the current reign and take up the eternal crown as the new Immortals, which of course they eventually did, making Akiba the new Immortal, but the work of Shadows would continue regardless, creating a never-ending cycle, which became the main event we know in Diablo Immortal as the cycle of Strife. So now you know the background of the whole story, the lore itself. Let's jump into the Shadows. So basically, in order to become a Shadow, you must first finish a specific quest line and also reach level 43 as of Alpha and Beta. Again, disclaimer, this might change in the global launch. You can become a Shadow in 2 ways, through the Shadow Lottery and through a invitation, which is also called the Shadow Invitation. I think a lot of Shadows here, aren't they? So when you become a Shadow, you get access to a bunch of new activities, challenges and objectives. These will reward you with marks, which basically are the kind of currency of the Shadows, not a currency as in you can spend it or whatever, but this is what increases your Shadow rank, your rank within your Dark Clan, and the progression of the entire faction itself. If you collected enough of these marks, then the cycle of Strife moves forward. The Shadow rugs are giving you a rather juicy damage and defense buff as well, so make sure to always work towards ranking up. Let's just see some of these daily quests, missions, objectives, stuff like that. The first of them, for example, is the Path of Blood, which is like a Rift Tower where you battle floors of increasing difficulties, with every 5th floor having a boss. Beating each will reward you with marks. When you become a Shadow, it's worth to dish these out right away for a decent rank boost, because you might be able to clear all 5 of them straight away, for example, which would in turn get you to rank X straight up. Then there are contracts, which are basically faction-specific daily quests, which is having a chance to drop a legendary item upon completion, and also you can collect chests for each 3 of these you complete, which reward you with a decent amount of marks. The Vault is one of the faction war type of activities where you are going against the Immortals. It's open for 8 hours per day and you have to raid their vault to steal their stuff, and their NPC sort of guards alert them so they can come to kick you out basically. On top of rewards like marks and hills, you are also stealing their essential, which is basically the Immortals equivalent of marks, so to set back their progression. So you're basically making them weaker while you are making yourself stronger. Pretty good deal, isn't it? So then there are the Battlegrounds, which is an 8v8 PvP arena, which is a carbon copy of the Rite of the Exile, which is one of the last parts of the cycle of Strife. So it is a very superb way to train yourself for this. You can enter with your team and all that, so you can kind of prepare if you are in the position where you think you're gonna be battling it out in the end of the cycle of Strife. So then finally there is the assembly, which is basically just chilling around to get 4 of these available blessings, which are randomly given to players every 2 minutes, and you can share this with other shadows. Each of these blessings is rewarding you with marks and chests, so make sure to share the goodies basically. We are going to be covering the cycle of Strife in another video from both the Shadows and the Immortals perspective, as I'd rather keep this as a run through of the faction itself, so we'll include stuff on the Dark Clans in that video. To finish it off, let's see the Shadow Deeds of Valor, which is basically a badge giving you life and damage increase based on your contribution to your faction, 3 of which are gameplay based and the 4th being based on the total time with your faction. So obviously, as I've said, it makes sense to try and get into the faction ASAP. So yeah, these badges are quite nice. As I mentioned in the Adventurers video, the Adventurers highest buff gives you only 6% life and 6% damage, while the Shadows highest badge gives you 12%. So obviously you want to make sure that your contribution is always the highest you can possibly make, so you get as big of a buff as possible. Okay, let's just summarize everything. So as a Shadow, your main goal is to overthrow the Immortals. It's rather easy to become a Shadow, especially in the beginning, as their main goal is to increase their ranks, which are unlimited, which in turn help them achieve their aforementioned aim faster, and you can become one through the lottery, which is a randomized event which is going on throughout the day, and you can also become one by invitation. So you also get access to a ton of stuff when joining, which helps you get stronger by allowing you to collect marks to make your faction stronger, which in turn allows you to get even stronger. I promise I'm not gonna say stronger anymore, but obviously it is the aim to get stronger. The top 10 Shadow clans have the chance to become the Immortals, which we'll talk about in that Cycle of Strife video. So boom, that is a mic drop here. I think that's pretty much all about the Shadows in a short time. So we are going to go into the Immortals faction tomorrow and start on the Cycle of Strife videos there from the day after in a similarly styled speedrun video. Make sure to press all buttons down under the video to fulfill your clicking needs until the game is released, apart from the dislike button of course. Each view without a like and subscribe will make a Nephilim cry, which we obviously don't want. See you guys soon. Peace.